What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Test, test, test. Let me know how we sounding. Let me know how we sounding. What's going on, Nicola? I see you up in here. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? You said we sounded good? Perfect. We sounded perfect. All right. So, like we talked about yesterday, let me turn this music down. I feel like it's loud. There we go. So, like we talked about yesterday, New York price watch list members, and then like we talked about in the London session live yesterday, price kind of just stayed in place for the most part, right? Only thing that really did a move was the NAS100, and we broke that down yesterday, right? That's the only thing that really did a move yesterday. Everything else just kind of consolidated. Well, G did a move too, but as you can see, like we was talking about it as well, we was talking about how we need to break and hold 2380 as support for the uptrend to come into play. You can see here during London session, price did that short-term buy move we was talking about, but as soon as it touched this level, as you can see, it failed to break it. And then after the retracement, it just chilled the rest of the day, right? You see this was 10:30, and you see this was all last night. And then GJ, same thing, came to this level and is just kind of consolidating, chilling as we speak right now. And then, of course, GN has been taking a nap here literally for the past week and some change. So we do got some news popping up today. We do got 8:30 Canadian and USD news. And then later on tonight, around midnight, 2 a.m., we'll have some Japanese news pop off. So make sure to keep those times in mind. And then tomorrow's live stream during London session, we're going to have a bunch of Euro news pop off as well as GBP news. And then at 9:45, we got USD news as well. So we're going to be seeing what today and tomorrow's looking like. because that's kind of where most of the high impact news is going to be put at, I should say, this week. And again, with that news is going to give us that volume most times than not to either help us continue these trends or get us out of this consolidation points. So that's what we're really looking at, right? So it's been a little bit of a slower week this month than the past few weeks, and it's simply just because, again, we have retracements and consolidation going on, right? Price is struggling to break levels. Yeah, you can trade, but you're not gonna really catch a big move, right? Like when we look at GN, again, you can see here for the past 4 days, it's been just stuck in place, right? And then you look at the previous 4 days, it was stuck in place. You see what I'm saying? So you can't really do too much when price is kind of stuck in place and ranging. So that's what's been going on this week, y'all. But we're still up for the week, which is the ultimate goal. Again, trading is a lot different from working 9 to 5, right? One of the biggest mistakes I used to make, and I know a few members of students used to make, is treating trading like a 9 to 5. And what I mean by that is you can't treat trading or investing. You can't come into trading and investing with the employee mindset. You got to come in with the employer mindset. What that means is you got to come in treating it. You got basically people talk about you got to treat trading like a business, but the ultimate mean is exactly what I talked about. You want to come in with the employer, not employee mindset, right? So, employee mindset, aside from salary, like if you're not getting paid salary, if you're just getting paid hourly, right? You show up same. Let's say you have a full time job. You show up the same 5 days, 4 days a week, right? You work the same shift every single day, every single week, the exact same shift. You show up from this time to this time, and you're guaranteed to get paid this amount every single day, right? Trading is a little bit different, just like with a business is a little bit different. Now, you show up the same times every day, you put in the same amount of work, if not more work, every day, but the results are different, right? Like you go in the store, not as much sales Monday and Tuesday than you do on the weekend, right? But you're still open at the same amount of time, you still show up the same amount of time. It's the same with trading. I might go into the charts, London session and New York session and Tokyo session, and there might not be a setup today. But I come into the charts tomorrow, Tokyo, London, New York session, and there might be a setup, right? That's just same with trading, right? I could take a trade and only hit CB4, but then the next trade I take will hit all TPs. The next trade I take, it might be a loss, right? So it's the same. That's what you have to come into when it comes to trading, right? Like not going to win every trade, not every day is going to be just volume flowing and pumping, and not every day there's going to be setups, right? So the sooner y'all understand that about trading, the future is going to be a lot less stressful. It's going to be a lot less pressure you're going to put on yourselves. Because a lot of times people will feel unproductive if they're not in the trade. When again, that's not the way to determine if you're being productive or not on the charts. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so we're gonna let Nazar trace here. We're still gonna looking for buys. We're gonna let Nazar trace here, see if we can catch this move. You already know, y'all. Make sure to go ahead and like the stream as y'all pop up in here and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Just dropped a new video for y'all yesterday. Make sure to check that out if you have not already. You already know we got a new video dropping for y'all later on today as well. It's gonna be a trading video today. What's going on, Jordan? Appreciate that. Appreciate that. But yeah, we're just like price for trace right now. You already know the drill. We're just chilling, patiently waiting. Members, we're gonna be going live 8:30 today during the news, so make sure to be on the lookout for that link. Guys, got any questions? Drop them in the chat. Look at the charts. Drop them in the chat. Those just joined the stream. We have not entered this trade yet. This is just a trade idea. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal for Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves. We're about to pull it up in a second as well. You can just tell by the candlesticks how small they are, how wicky, and then of course the lack of higher highs and lower lows being made. That we just got no volume going on right now. All right, so that's really what we're waiting on. So again, you already know. Again, we have high impact news today at the start of New York. So if we don't see any action in the next couple hours, don't be too shocked or surprised. It was going to be like this up until the news pops off. All right, y'all. If y'all don't understand how news works and how to trade news, make sure to check out my How to Trade News playlist. I got videos breaking out trades I've taken during news events. I got videos breaking down actual footage while we was live during news, me predicting it, and then it playing out. And I also got videos in that playlist going over, excuse me, going over what you call it, the exact rules I use on news days to look for setups, to enter trades, exit trades, all that good stuff. All right, so make sure to check out that playlist. Again, we're letting this price retrace to us. If NAS can maintain a hold 21,750 as support, we can look for buys going back up to 21,950. That's what we're going to be looking for right now. And if we can see that happen, we can see price come back up to the previous highs, previous all-time highs, I should say. We see we can slowly making our way back up this week and a little bit of last week. And then again, we broke down these setups the past couple of days. We took this trade. Me and members took this trade. We took a loss initially. We broke this down in yesterday's live stream. So I'm not going to break it down too much again unless y'all want me to in the chat. And the members are going to be breaking this down further as well when we go live later on today. Right, but again, this is why it's important to have a good risk-reward ratio setup and risk the same amount every single trade, right? Because again, when you do that, you're able to take a loss, not be scared of taking the trade or scared of the potential loss, but you'll also be able to ultimately make it back due to risking the same amount and having a good risk-reward ratio setup, right? So again, this was a loss right here, but then this was a 1 to 3 risk-reward ratio setup. So I made 3 times my risk. So this win canceled out that loss easily, right? So that's why risk reward is very, very, very important. These charts are just kind of ranging right now. All right, new 5 minutes popped up. Again, we see price retracing. So we really are about to pay attention to see how it reacts to this level. Okay, that's what we're really paying attention to. So again, we're not just sitting here vibing the music. Pay attention to how prices react and how reacting to these candles. I mean, to these levels. Pay attention to candlesticks and all that good stuff. So we're about to see how this retest plays out. Again, y'all make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal, free Telegram. Again, it's been a slow week, but ultimately we're still up, not only for the week, but for the month. We were 3-1 last week. The week before that, we went 6-0. And then to start off the year, we went 3-0. So that's how we're doing so far this month. We took a loss this week, but made it back. So ultimately, not bad at all. And you see how we ended last year, quarter 4. We went 41-4. End of the year, give us a 91% win rate. Quarter 4, catch 32,230 pips. You see that by scrolling to January 3rd. You scroll down to January 6th, you'll see how we ended last year. I tallied up all the months. So January we went 20-0, catching 37,620 pips. February went 17-1, catching 24,403. March went 16-3, catching 49,783 pips. April went 16-4, catching 69,396. May went 15-4, catching 47,957. June went 13-3, catching 1,006 pips. July was 16-5, catching 1,442. August went 13-1, catching 27,727. September went 14-2, catching 35,486 pips. And then, like we just showed, October, November, December. October went 15-1, catching 14,935. November went 14-1, catching 14,549. And December went 12-2, catching 2,246 pips. In the year, 181 wins, only 23 losses. When you tally that up, we averaged less than 2 losses a month last year, which is not bad at all. It's an 89% win rate for the entire year. So all 12 months combined, we had an 89% win rate for the entire year, which is not bad at all. Then we caught a total of 326,550 pips. And yeah, these aren't just random numbers, because there's always that one person thinks I just be typing random numbers for kicks and giggles. Y'all can literally fact check all this if y'all want to, right? Everything's literally dated time to document it. Every trade we take, we break down live, not as well enter live, as well as go over the Sunday chart analysis. Literally everything's dated time to document it. Can't make none of this stuff up. So make sure to explore the free signal, free Telegram. Make sure to explore the playlist as well. All playlists are up to date. Again, we're just simply waiting for our confirmations and volume to kick in. You just look at your chart or any of my charts, you can see that price. Besides NAS, price is not moving, right? So we're not missing anything at all. You guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. I'm gonna look at any charts, drop them in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the live right now. Shout out to all the new subscribers, y'all. We just broke 2,900 subscribers. We can hit we can hit 3,000 easily. Let's see if we can hit 3,000 next month. Because it's kind of, me too posting, right? Why is the EU so much compared to other pairs? That I can't tell you. But yeah, so while we're on the subject, that's an important thing as well, right? It depends on your broker. Now, the brokers I use, the spread is not too much, but I don't really trade EU like that anymore. If I trade a USD pairs, it could be like GBPUSD or like gold or something like that. Nothing against EU. I used to trade EU a lot. I just haven't traded in a while. But yeah, every chart and every pair is going to have different spreads. Right now, as far as what they use to determine the spread for this pair versus that pair, I could not tell you. But like I said, if you use a lot, you either just got to adjust your lot size to it, understand, or look at some of the other USD pairs like GBPUSD, AUD, something like that. But honestly, I never looked up what is the reason for it. I just understand that there is spread, so I couldn't tell you that. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know either. All I know is spread is a thing and it's very important, but I also know the brokers I use, the spread is not too bad at all. So that's another important thing. Make sure, especially when you're brand new to trading, research brokers, explore brokers, and pay attention to, again, the fees, the swap fees, the charges, as well as the spreads, right? Because some brokers have better spreads than others. And especially when it comes to trading, you want to find a broker that has the smallest spreads available, right? Because the smaller the spread, the closer you actually get to get it where price is actually at, right? Because so for those that don't know how spread works, Make sure to write this down because I'm about to give y'all some more free game. For those that don't understand how spread works, when you go to your broker, right, and you're about to take a trade, I'm about to go to my other screen right now. All right, so let's say I'm about to take a trade. It's going to show um, to the left and right, it's going to show sell and buy, right? And that sell and buy is going to show two different price points. And for those that never understood why it shows two different price points, that's showing you the spread. It's showing you where they put you in if you were to enter a buy right now, or where they put you in if you were to enter a sell right now, right? So let's use a currency pair for simple example, right? So let's go to GU. So let's say GU right now is at 22.94. And I want to go for a sell, but instead of 22.94 showing me at 22.84. That would mean that there's a 10 pip spread. So that means it's going to place me lower for a sell, forcing me to actually catch pips, right? So that's why scalping is not that effective either, unless you have a big account size so you can put gigantic lot sizes, because again, the whole point of scalping is to get in and out the markets. And a lot of these scalpers aren't even scalping properly, but that's a whole other conversation. So let's just skip past that. And they be on like the 1 minute chart, the 30-second chart, all this dumb stuff, right? So if you go into the 1 minute or 30-second chart and you zoom in real good, those candlesticks might look big. It might look like it's doing some moves, but it's only like 2 to 3 pips per like 1 minute candlestick, if that, right? So what spread is to stop people from doing stuff like that, right? Because it's like, okay, anybody can just put a big lot size, enter a sell real quick and close in 2 seconds. That's not really trading. That doesn't really show you know what you're doing or how to read the charts. So that's what spreads for, to kind of counteract that. That was a big thing back into that. But yeah, so but as far as the exact reason, I could not tell you that. I don't know that. That's just something y'all definitely want to pay attention to, is the spread before y'all take a trade. And the same thing like with TPs and SLs, you want to round. You want to round up or down, depending if you're in the buy or sell. And that's another reason why sometimes you'll put a TP in, and you're like, price just touched my TP, or price hit my TP. Why didn't it close me out the trade? It's because of spread. When you take a trade, you're going to see two lines. Right? Once you take a trade, you're going to see two lines. You're going to see the line price is actually at, and you're going to see a line above price or below price showing the spread. Both those lines have to go through the TP or SL to close you out the trade. Right? It's not just necessarily price getting hit. Both those lines, the spread and actual price, have to break through your stop loss or TP to close you out the trade. So that doesn't happen. That's why sometimes it'll show your broker, oh, look, it looked like it hit my TP. Why didn't it close me out? It's because the spread didn't do it either. We both got to do it. What else we got over here? I made 2 people. What the heck? Yeah, you need to go to a different. Are you in the US? Let me know if you're in the US, because yeah, you gotta find another broker, because that's not what we're doing over here. Yeah, let me know if you're in the US, because you're in the US. I'll drop a link to one of the US brokers I use, because using funded pips. I'm using funded pips, but then again, I don't trade EU. Let me go to EU. So I'm on funding pips right now, and it's saying my EU spread is just 2 pips. Now the spreads do change, so I don't know when you took your trade. But yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's saying for me, my spread is 2 pips. And then another thing about funding pips, what are you using? What are you using? Trade Locker, Match Trader? What you using for funding pips? What's your platform? Because that's also a variable. What platform are you using? Because we could be using 2 different platforms to trade on. That's probably why I'm not using TradeLocker. I don't use TradeLocker. I know some students and members that use TradeLocker, but I don't use TradeLocker. So for me, I use Match Trader. So when you go to Funding Pips, they give you 3 different options. I choose Match Trader. So in the future, if you buy another challenge, do Match Trader and see that makes a difference. Because that's why my spread is different. I'm on a whole nother platform. So Match Trader has very low spreads, right? So I'm just going to read the spreads right now. I'm just going to go down the list. EU's a 2 pip spread. DU's a 2 pip spread. Gold's a 10 pip spread. GJ is a 12. GBP is a 3. EU's a 3. Yeah, so it literally averages between 3 to 5 pip spreads on currency pairs. It's time to use Match Trader. See if that makes a difference. Like I said, I never use TradeLocker, so I don't know. But I know some of the students that use them, but that's most likely why the spread's higher than mine. It's the commission fees. So let me read what you said again. You said I'll make $250, but they take out $112 in commission. Yeah, I don't get so like I said, use Match Trader. Use Match Trader because I don't have that issue with Match Trader. I never had them take that much from me. Like, yeah. And what's the challenge size you got? You're talking about 250. Well, what'd you get? A 25K? Did you get a 25K? 50K? 10K? What you get? It's one of those 3, right? Because that charge is kind of ridiculous if that's the case. But also, if you could, on Telegram, just send me a screenshot of that trade, right? The closed trade showing the math, so I can see what you're talking about too, right? Because I ain't never heard that before. Yeah, but like I said, next time try Match Trader because I don't have none of those issues, right? They take very small charges. I'm not gonna say all because obviously I don't make all, but I make like 95, 90 plus percent or whatever I put in the trade. Yeah, I don't know why the commission's like that. That's kind of nasty, especially if you're not holding, especially if you're not swing trading, right? Are you swing trading? But even so, that's a big charge. Like I said, I don't have that charge. I don't know if that's like a trade locker thing, but yeah, like I said, I use Match Trade. I never use trade locker, so. So wherever I was watching that challenge with Funny Pips, let me go to the website. I know they got a lot of stuff over there because they're trying to be all fancy and keep up with the Joneses and whatnot. That's all because there's people. I'm not saying this is you, but there's people that are impatient, so they'll see these other challenges, and it's tempting, right? But nah. So let me go to the website. I'm gonna tell y'all exactly what I do. All right, so go to the dashboard. Wait, no. I'll go to my dashboard. Go to my challenge. I'm gonna log in. Give me 1 second. You know who I am. You know who I am. I gotta put my whole password in there. All right, cool. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Oh, to make sure I don't put my business on this shit. Okay, we should be cool. All right, y'all. So this is what I do. When I buy a challenge, this is what I do. I don't do none of that other extra stuff. I go into the Funding Pips website. They kind of fixed it because back in the day there used to be a fake website that they used to pay Google to be on the top, but now Funding Pips is on the top, right? But just still make sure it says Funding Pips, not funded, funding, right? So again, you pick your country. I do the 2-step. I don't do 1-step. I don't do instant. I do the 2-step. Then I do Funding Pips. I don't do Funding Pips X. I do Funding Pips. So again, I pick your country. I do 2-step. I do Funding Pips. Then I do Match Trader. I don't do C Trader. I don't do Trade Lock. I use Match Trader, right? And then you just buy your challenge, right? So that's what I do. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. And those that don't know the prices, 5K is 36 bucks. So it's a lot cheaper than what's that? FTMO, all these other places. It's a lot cheaper. 36 bucks for a 5K. 10K is $66, which is not bad at all. 25K is 156. 266 for 50K. And 100K is 444, which is not bad at all. Right. And then once you pass, they give you options. So you do weekly payouts, bi-weekly, or monthly. Obviously, the more frequent the payouts, the less of the percentage you get, right? If you do bi-weekly, you get 80%. You do monthly, you get 90% payout. You do weekly, it's 60%. I personally do bi-weekly because I'm not going to wait a whole month to get my money. And then also, I don't want to just make 60%. So I do bi-weekly personally, right? That's all I do. I don't do none of that other extra stuff. I do the simple, traditional prop firm challenge that we all know, love, and hate, right? So that's what I do. Okay, so speaking of that, while we was doing that, look at NAS again. It retraced. We see how it's reacting to this level. It's respecting it as support. So we're gonna wait for this candlestick to close and see what the next 15 hour looks like. But again, look at how price reacted as soon as it touched the level, which is exactly why we trade on and off these levels. Yeah, but send me a screenshot, like, cause I ain't never heard of a broker taking 50% of the. I'm not saying they don't exist or you're lying to me, but I just don't use anything like that. So yeah, send me that screenshot. Yeah, next time use Match Trader. What do you think about Take Profit Trader? Never heard of it, so I can't really speak on it. Never heard of it. 100K instant. So you got 100K instant. So that's probably why as well. Because again, everything like glitter ain't gold. With a lot of these instant or quicker fundings, there's downsides to it. They either cost more or they take a lot more from it, or they're a lot stricter with the rules. So again, if you do anything outside of what I just showed, make sure to actually read the fine print because it's not going to be the exact same as a traditional prop firm challenge. All right, so like I said, I do the traditional 2-step. And again, the reason why things are like that is because again, how do prop firms make their money? They make money off traders doing challenges or inexperienced traders thinking, "Oh, I can make this. I can get this money for free. Let me try." Right? So the strategic will put all this other stuff like, "Hey, I'm not saying you Hood Harvest. I'm just speaking in general, right? So I'm not talking about you. Right? I'm just speaking. This is literally their mindset, right? Hey, you guys are struggling with actually passing these 2 phases. So let me show you something where you don't got to take those phases. You can just get your money instantly. But here's the kick, right? And I'm not saying that's exactly the case because again, I never did that. I never read the fine print because I never did that. But I do know from other websites that they do be doing extra stuff with that. So again, if you do anything outside of what I just showed y'all, and y'all just joining the live, rewind like 5 minutes. But if you do anything outside of what I just showed y'all, make sure to actually read every sentence in the fine print because it will be different from the traditional 2-step rules and payouts and all that is. All right. Let me see what here. I sent a telegram and that was a 4-minute trade. So let me see. Let me see. Oh yeah, that's disgusting. Yeah, they're doing you dirty. So yeah, like I said, since you already bought it, try to pass that shit, right? But future reference, just don't do that again, right? So again, I use Match Trader. I do the traditional two step. I don't do funded pip apps or none of that. Instead, I do the traditional. So yeah, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, that's craziness. That's craziness. That's craziness. So yeah, try to pass that, and then again, get your payouts. Either reinvest. I'm about to give you all the play right here. This is how you really do it, right? Because there'll be a lot of people online that be like, "Oh, I'm a funded trader. I only trade funded accounts." That's not the move. You want to trade both funded and personal. You use the funded accounts to get that extra money and that free money to then put into your personal account where you can risk more on your personal account and make a lot more on your personal account, right? Because let me just show you some math. All right, let me show you some math real quick. I'm gonna give y'all some more game before we hop off. Just give me a second. I'm gonna pull up the handy dandy calculator. All right, this is what you do. I'm about to give y'all the blueprint right now. And I've talked about this in other vids too, but I'm about to give y'all the blueprint right now, right? Here's how simple it is to make money off these people. Right. But you got to know what you're doing first. That's the kick, which is why I always tell you if you're ready to trading, last thing you need to do is try to make money, right? But we all know that at this point. So let's say we have a 10K prop firm challenge, right? You can't go past 5% a day, and the most, and this is for the traditional two step. Again, I don't know about all the other stuff. And then the most you can go overall is like 9%, 10%, right? Negative. So what is percent of 10,000, right? Because the past phase one, you got to do 5%. No, phase one is 8%, phase two is 5%, right? That's $500, right? So 5% is $500. So you can't go further past $500. At 5% is only $500, right? So again, if you're risking 1% of trade and you make, I mean, if you're not risking 1% of trade, well, yeah, you could risk 1% of trade, but I meant to say if you're making 1% a day for your prop firm challenge, if it's a 10K account, right? If it's a 10K account, oops, that's $100. So there's 5 trading days. You make $100 a day. That's $500. You do that week 2. You just made 10 bands, 10%, right? Again, if you do the bi-weekly payout, you're gonna get 80% of that back. That's $800. So again, like I just showed you with funding pips, the 10K challenge is literally $66 at this time. So you pay $66, and then in 2 months, you make $800 back. So not only did you get a huge return on your investment, but you just got $800. So then you put that into your personal account, or you take 100 of those dollars, 200 of those dollars, and buy another challenge, right? So this is just in 2 weeks. So at the end of the month, you just made $1,600 minimum. Again, this is minimum, assuming you just make 1% a day minimum. That first month, so again, you pay $66. You take, let's say, you took 2 months to pass both phases, which, depending on the volume, shouldn't take too long, right? Because I showed you I pass challenges all the time in like 3 weeks, 2 weeks, right? But that's besides the point. So let's say it took you 2 months, 1 month to pass phase one, 1 month to pass phase two. Cool. Month 3 comes, boom. So in 3 months, $66 turned to $1,600. So what would happen if you used $1,600 and put it into a personal account? Well, let's just do the math. So now we got a $1,600 account on a personal account to trade with. Now we don't got those extra rules, so we don't have to just trade and risk, 1%. And it's okay if we go past 5%. Doesn't mean you do stupid shit with your money, right? So let's say that instead of risking 1%, we're now risking 5% per trade. Now, again, some people might think that sounds crazy, but again, this is if you know what you're doing. You're brand new to trading, stick to risking 1%, right? But if you risk 5% of your account per trade, you literally have to lose 20 trades in a row to blow your account, right? So again, that's why I said this is for if you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, don't risk 5%. It's that simple. If you risk 2% of your account per trade, you literally lose 50 trades in a row to blow your account. And you risk 1% of your account per trade, you literally have to lose 100 trades in a row to blow your account, right? So nobody should be scared of losing 100 trades in a row, let alone 50. Okay, so right, so let's say you have a $600 account, you risk 2% per trade. That's $32. You go for a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio setup, minimum 32 times 2, $64. So let's say you make $64 5 trading days, 320, right? That's that first week. Let's do week 2, 640. Hold up. In 2 weeks, risking 2 account closing at a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio setup, I made $640. Let's go back to that 10K profit room challenge. Okay. What I say? I made $100 a day times 5. Second week, another $100 a day. 80% profit split. 800. But with $1,600, 2% a day, 1 to 2 risk reward ratio setup, I made $600 something. So I don't think I gotta say too much more. I think the gears are starting to turn, and y'all can see that if y'all take y'all's profits from the profits, put in your personal accounts, you'll make a lot more than y'all would on average on your personal than you would on the profit. Because again, the profit challenge, you're not actually having 10K at your expense. You're not actually having 100K at your expense. You're not actually having 50K, right? It's really 10% of that. You see what I'm saying? Well, yeah, that's just some extra to leave y'all. Well, it's not the weekend yet, but to start off the day before the weekend, the day before the day before the weekend. Yeah, but let me cut you to the chats. All right, but hopefully the math for y'all. That's the method to the madness. Let me see what we got here. It's 50% off the life right now. That's not bad. I'd have to do research on it. Like I said, I never heard of it, so I'd have to do research on it. I see the description. Yeah, I looked at it. Yeah, I looked at it. But yeah, y'all. Shout out to everybody in the live. Shout out to everybody that's been live since the beginning. Shout out to everybody that's been live since y'all joined again. We're gonna be watching the charts members. We're gonna be going live in a few hours. At 8:30 during the news. So make sure you're on the lookout for that. Again, if NAS can hold and respect 21,750 as support, we can look for buys go back up to 21,930. All right. And then we're watching these other currency pairs. Really, we just need volume to break these levels. So I'm watching the currency pairs, but mainly going to be paying attention to NAS and gold until the currency pairs wake up. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Go to Consumer for Telegram. If you're interested in identify these levels, senior service or mentorship program, make sure to hit those links in the description, y'all. And y'all, a new video dropping today during New York session. Make sure to check out the other videos I'll be dropping all week. All playlists are up to date. And yeah, we'll be back at the same time tomorrow, Monday session, 3 a.m. EST.